What's happening, Flannelverse? Welcome in for another exciting show. We got a two-time Dawg Bowl, sorry, qualifier, Chris G. First of all, Chris, congratulations. Super excited for you. But before I completely hand over the table and you can talk about your sweat or whatever you feel like talking about, I mean, King Alpha stuff. Last year's Dawg Bowl, hanging out with me late night, crushing beers, cleaning out the whole entire fridge at the Underdog house, drinking out of the Dawg Bowl cup. He says, I'll be back next year. And is he not back next year? Congratulations. Great call. Great shout out. I hope you crush it come week 14.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was actually a surreal thing because I literally did not know I was in the top because I was working afar in Tennessee for work. And where we're at, the cell service is terrible because there's hundreds. It's like a stadium of people.
Yeah.
So there's terrible service. So I'm literally talking for an hour and a half. I checked the score for Seattle, Tampa Bay, 13-7 at the half. I'm like, oh, there goes my shot. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to come back and win anything. So I get to the car and I get a message from our boy, Chad Matchkey. And he's like, hey, dude, you got something going on here. And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, so I log on. I check. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm like, what do I need right now? What do I need? So he's like, hey, dude, you need David Montgomery for like 17 yards and you need the games to end. And I'm like, sure as shooting. David Montgomery, 7 yards, 5 yards. And then like they were in a run out the game script. So they give Gibbs the break and they just let DeMont just rack up those yards. And lo and behold, I was worried about the Jamar Chase garbage time. And luckily they got that safety right at the end. So I was like, it just sealed the deal for me, which was great.
Yeah, I love that you got home on David Montgomery week. That was a good call that the Flaniverse was throwing out there. So I'm glad someone took
absolutely
on that and got home with it. Did you get him in the fourth round? Like he was late for you. That was like an early draft, wasn't it?
Yes, it was an early draft because I went JSN and Mecca, and then I ended up going whoever the tight end was. I think I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I think I got DeMont in the fourth round, and I think both my running backs were late. Yeah. Now that I think about it, and I think maybe the tight end was the last round pick. So
yeah, pretty sick. Really happy for you. Really, really happy for you. And thanks for taking the time and coming on and talking some week 8. You know, this is a forward-thinking show because we don't want to talk about last week. You know, we kind of got crushed in the streets a little bit. We weren't quite on the best plays. But other than that, how you doing this evening, Neil? What's going on with you?
Yeah, doing well. It was not a great slate for me last week. As I was telling you before, like really in on Mason Taylor last week. That was kind of one of my biggest calls, and that did not go well at all. Tyrod Taylor like sort of revived it a little bit. I actually started throwing to him a little bit, but yeah, that did not go so well. J.K. Dobbins, another play I was really on last week. Turns out they just don't want to run against even the Giants. So that was tough. But this one, pretty fun slate. We've got a lot of the bad defenses on this slate, which gives us a lot of, potential low-owned plays against those defenses, along with, of course, chalk plays against bad defenses also. But could be a higher scoring week, even with the Bipocalypse, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking this kind of the same way. A lot of home faves. One thing that I kind of realized kind of looking at the slate quite a bit yesterday and today. But yeah, just closing the loop on week 7. The only thing that saved my day was I was kind of big on Alec Pierce. I kind of talked about a little bit of that in the Discord and stuff like that. So I had a lot of like overs in the pick'ems. So that was kind of nice. And he had 10 targets. Like it was directionally accurate. He just didn't get the touchdown to really matter in any of the Dawg Bowl slates. But I was heavily overweight on him on the Dawg Bowl for week 7. But it is what it is. It's an angle I thought worth taking, and didn't quite happen. So we're going to move on to this week, and we're going to have some fun angles. Gee, I can't wait to kind of talk about some minis and some game stacks. I've been in the lobbies with you. I saw you quite a bit today, Neil, as well. So it sounds like we're getting sweaty, and we're getting excited to break this slate down. So I'll quickly share my screen here, and we'll just kind of go position by position, if that's cool with you, and just kind of go where the conversation takes us. We'll start at the quarterback position. Underdog.
Yeah, just to talk a little bit about last week real quick while you bring it up. I had some like 2 teams in the top 50 where I was really sweating that end of that game, and I even talked about it too a little bit with the guys. I was like, oh, what if this is Bo Nix and he gets 4 touchdowns, right? And then it happened all in the fourth quarter, which was insane, which just ruined Justin Herbert's day, for everybody.
Yeah.
And long story short, I had like 2 teams where like at the end of the games, I'm like, well, if Marvin Harrison catches that touchdown and Cam Scatterbo scores that touchdown at the end of the game instead of Jackson Dart, I'm probably having another seat. And I'm like,
Wow.
I was just like taken aback from that. I'm just like, it just really sucked that it didn't break that way. But you know what? It is what it is. Bo Nix torched everybody with 39 points, and he was a 72nd pick for the number 1 overall guy. So you get the winners from anywhere. You know?
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with the NRG gods. I must did something along the way because I did not get any left side of the board in week 7, and so far kind of that way starting this week too. I'm always on the right side of the board. I'm like, give me some Taylor, give me some Bijan, give me some CMC, give me some Chase. But hopefully after this stream or even during it, we'll start seeing some better luck and getting some better draft spots and getting some of those alpha plays up top.
Yeah. I've already got a 2nd overall pick in my first 4 drafts, so I can't complain. I'm the only lucky one here.
Yeah, I've done about 12, and I think I've only gotten 1 of the top 3 so far out of 12 drafts.
That's better than me, Matt, because I have the highest pick I've gotten is 4, and I have done 12. So I'm really hating it right now.
Yeah, hopefully it turns around quickly for us.
For sure.
So I'm kind of seeing it is can Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Hurts, can they separate from the pocket passers? And Bo Nix, can he do it again? That's a question mark. Dallas maybe. Drake May in a kind of difficult spot, but a defense that can be attacked because they're uber aggressive if they can make some plays downfield. Indiana Jones is crushing it against an easy soft matchup with a 14-point favorite. Caleb, Dart. I don't think Fields is going to be in the player pool. I think Fields is out this week there. I think they're moving to Taylor, if I'm not correct. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Yep. Seems
according to the Twitterverse, it's Tyrod Taylor's time to shine this week.
Yeah. So that's going to change a little bit. I think Fields was getting drafted most boards that I saw early. So that's going to be interesting. He'll probably get swapped. And how
I don't think so, man.
No,
I don't think so, because he's going to be active. He's going to be the backup quarterback, so he'll be active. So I don't think he'll be marked as out. I don't believe that's the case, because he doesn't have an injury. He'll be on the active roster as the backup. So he will be. If you drafted Justin Fields early, you're out of luck. Yeah,
you're dead. So, yeah. I stayed away from that. The only thing that I have been playing a little bit, and we'll talk about with wide receivers, is that Q tag on Wilson. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a big early quarterback in the Dawg Bowl. Historically, I haven't done it yet this week. I'll probably get to it late in the week because they're not going to scream up boards. If anything, I'm trying to get them at value. Right now, it's just kind of how I'm playing it. How are you guys playing the quarterback position so far?
Same.
Yeah. So I've been talking about this for a little bit. Josh Allen, I'll take at the beginning of the 2nd, but I'm waiting on Lamar if and when I ever get an early pick. But the second he practices on Wednesday, he goes ahead of Allen, in my opinion. So if you can wait and get that discount with Taylor, Bijan, or CMC, you just scoop up the Lamar because you're hoping for that play and that elite play. Because what you're trying to lock in there is 25 points with Lamar, 25 points with another running back. You're 50 points. You're halfway to breaking 100 with 4 more slots left. And you're just trying to break to that 120, 130 point total where you're cooking and hoping for a chance at the top. And the touchdown, parlay rolls your way. So,
yeah.
But other than that, I think I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts also goes pretty like in the early 3rd, but the rest of the guys, they go everywhere. You can get them super late, or I click Baker in the 4th because I just won with him, right? So why not go back to the well? So
great matchup. Heavy zone defense. He kills zones for the most part. So it's a smash spot in a dome, fast track. So teams that both know each other pretty well. So historically that game usually pops out pretty well. Yeah, it seems like all those quarterbacks are going third, fourth, and then early fifth. So if you don't get one, then you're going to get boxed out, because it's like then you're kind of down to Flacco, Pence. I've been clicking some of those guys when I try to scoop up some good ADP value or try to get a good combo that I like. You can kind of get boxed out, and it's like on not great clicks in the fifth, sixth on the right side of the board. So I've been trying to switch that up and prioritizing a little bit more by like taking Dak, even though it's kind of a tough matchup. But man, Dak, every week, Dak's putting up 20 points every single week. Doesn't matter on matchup. So I've been kind of prioritizing, kind of getting that stack if I can pair it up in that third, fourth window with my pass catchers. Is kind of how I'm playing it.
Yeah, I mean, Dak got it done without CeeDee Lamb against the Packers, so you'd think this matchup you should be fine. Like, yeah, the Denver kind of tough, but I've already done the Dak click once. Like Bo Nix, obviously in the matchup with the Cowboys, don't expect him to get 2 rushing touchdowns regularly, but matchup with the Cowboys pretty great. I've actually done Tyrod Taylor already in one of my first 4 drafts.
Nice.
Double stack the Jets just because the matchup is so good. That was one where I kind of got boxed out of some of the other quarterbacks I had planned on clicking. But yeah, I think that I see it kind of the same way you do, where it's like it gets pretty gross pretty quickly after the like kind of Dak range.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a 10-game slate, so we only got 20 quarterbacks. We got only 12 get drafted. No one's touching these backups. I mean, Stroud against San Fran, I don't know. They don't look great. Nico Collins, Q-Tab's going to really matter on that. But without Fred Warner, Penix had an okay game against them, and they're at home. So there's the potential there. And he's not really getting drafted much. No one's touching Tua because we don't know that quarterback. We don't know who's playing quarterback right now. They're kind of being sly about that decision point. I have been seeing a lot of people playing the Brock Purdy Q tag, which is it's probably an okay play, but again, that Houston DST on the back end is pretty nasty. And I kind of see San Fran leaning into that run game again, and that's where teams have been successful against Houston. Has been kind of running the ball and playing play action behind it. Anything else? Any other shout outs that you see, or other than it's kind of preference, stack it up, mini correlations with game environments that you like? G.
Yeah, I really like the Joe Flacco shout, old man. The only reason why I would go back to the well on this guy from last week, if you obviously no one took him last week, but this week Sauce Gardner may not play for a concussion, so that's something to monitor. That means their secondary is going to be weaker, which means more Jamar Chase and more T. Higgins. So could Flacco doubles get there this week? Possibly, especially because he's a 6-round click, and if they eat, he's going to eat. So it'll be like just 20, 30, and 20, you're hoping for like that monster game from him. And the Jets are the type of team, if they don't have their star cornerback, where both sides of the field are going to be open. Also, a little shout out too is Mike Gesicki is not playing. I know this is for tight end, but for Joe Flacco, he's got another consolidated pass catcher tree. So it's easy to see, hey, 5th and 6th round, I'm taking Flacco Fant with either Chase or Higgins, and I'm solid. I got a double stack. I got maybe Breece Hall as my bring back, and you can just start imagining the money coming in.
Yeah. Great shout. That's one thing I wrote down. Super condensed offense right now. And the way that you can stack it up with the other like premier, like great wide receiver stacked up with a quarterback, you're going to get boxed out at running back pretty hard. But when getting that 6th round Flacco opens up you to get a decent running back, or even 2, all depends on where people fall and how Higgins slides in the draft, that you could build a pretty sick super team if that double hits pretty hard. I like that shout a lot. 44-point over under right now. I don't know if the market shifted. That's how it opened. Since he's favored by 6 right now. So they're saying since he's going to put up some points.
Yeah, I checked earlier in the afternoon. I think it was 6.5 and 44.5, I think.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to my buddy, we're doing a Survivor, or like the Survivor thing for the 4for4 contest. And then on Splash Sports, and we were talking about, hey, well, should we take the Bengals or should we take the Falcons pretty much? And we were like, hey, the Bengals have a harder matchup with all those teams. So we're just going to roll the dice with the Bengals against the Jets. So I'm backing it. So
very
goes
nice.
to show how bad the Jets are, that they're not even projected to score 20 points. Like the implied team total for the Jets is 19 right now. That's insanely low against the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little scary. All right. Let's move over to running back. I think this is kind of a very interesting slate up for running back. I think a lot of people are a little bit hesitant taking some of the high volume guys in tough matchups. I see Quinton Junkins, Breece Hall, they're falling kind of mid-second round. Chase Brown sometimes goes real late, even third round. J.K. Dobbins. People are playing the Q tag with Bucky Irvin. But before we scroll too far, you guys are are you guys in consensus with the top three, or do you like one guy more than others? Or are you trying to get overweight than somebody else up top between JT, Bijan, and CMC this week?
For me, Bijan and JT are kind of equals to me just because the matchup is so good against Miami. But Bijan does have to deal with Tyler Algier. So I think I do have it in this exact order: JT 1, Bijan 2, McCaffrey 3. I don't think I want to go super overweight one versus the others.
Yeah.
So I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, and I was like, oh, give me Bijan all the way to smash my team to bits. And then I started thinking about it, talking it out, and I was like, well, Bijan has to contend with an Algier run from 30 yards to the house. Jonathan Taylor has 100% of the snaps unless he's taking a breather. So it's like you got to take Jonathan Taylor as the 101. Bijan's a solid 102. And CMC for me is the 103. And then it starts getting tricky here. And that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Are you thinking slide in more like wide receivers, kind of 3-4, or do you like Henry more than Barkley or Jay Will or
I like James Cook more than all these other guys.
James Cook? Yep. Against Carolina. Carolina's got a pretty stout front, but I agree. I mean, they're going to really try to establish it.
I think I'd have Achane above Cook only if Diallo doesn't play, but James Cook, like being on the right side of the board, you're just praying all holy that James Cook falls to you, because he's going to get 20 touches, and if he breaks a couple runs, and I don't even know if the Carolina defense is as good as we think it is. Like I know it did well last week, but I mean, who do they play, right? So
2 weeks in a row, they've completely shut down the running game from Dallas, and then last week as well. Oh, actually, the Pats got him a little bit. I just think a lot of that because the Pats were playing a lot of clock management, was able to tire him out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I actually think Buffalo might take the air out of the sails because they couldn't pass the ball at all last week, and I think maybe the defensive scheme will line up for them to be like, hey, you know what? Let's defend the pass more because our run deep. I just honestly, like, you're probably right that the Carolina defense might be good for the run, but I don't know. Just James Cook and the opportunity.
Right.
That's why I'm really hard. It's really hard for me to like not click him. And Saquon hasn't shown us anything. And it sucks.
It does. So. Yeah, I on the Carolina side, the most appealing part of it to me is actually on the offensive side of the ball, because of they're going to be playing Andy Dalton. So we have no idea how that's going to go. So there's a chance that he throws a lot of picks, and that defense is just going to get in bad field position, just like what happened to the Dolphins against the Browns, where it's just Judkins had short fields all the time. He was just piling up the touchdown. Didn't have a lot of yardage, but had all the touchdowns. I feel like that could happen with Cook pretty easily in this matchup.
Did you see that Wildcat too with Judkins? So now it's like, you know what? We don't even want Dylan Gabriel with the option to throw or hand it off. Just give it to Judkins right up the middle and let him find the blockers and go, which is insane.
Yeah.
So
what about you, Neil? This is a very interesting range in the draft. I feel like the winner historically the winner has been coming in this like 4 through 7 range, because you get some screaming values and some unique combos, and it's easier to do some of your stacks in the Dawg Bowl. So like, is there anything that you see with these running backs that you think could be a leverage angle worth taking?
Yeah, I mean, Breece Hall immediately jumped out to me at 19, just because, I mean, the expectation last week was like they're just going to lean on Breece Hall now with Garrett Wilson out. We don't know if Garrett Wilson is going to be out again. My assumption is that Garrett Wilson closer to doubtful than probable. Like I think he's maybe 40% chance to play. I think it's more likely that Garrett Wilson ends up sitting. So then now against Cincinnati, it would just make sense for them to just run the ball the entire game instead of, putting the ball in Tyrod Taylor's hands. So I think Breece Hall looks great to me. Chris and I were talking about this a little bit. He sees it a little bit different than me. And the 19-point implied team total does kind of scare me a little bit. Like, I mean, if they're only going to score 19 points, like you can't expect that much. But where he's going in the mid-second round, Breece Hall against Cincinnati, I'm attacking Cincinnati. It's one of those spots where anytime you have a competent running game against Cincinnati, I'm going to attack it. And when you have a skilled runner like Breece Hall, even on a bad team, I mean, Breece Hall is just an elite running back, I think. So give me an elite running back against Cincinnati in a game where they might just want to, keep the ball on the ground all game. So Breece Hall really stands out to me. I do like Derrick Henry a bit here as well. I think this could be a get right spot for Henry against Chicago. But yeah, the biggest for me was Breece Hall. Now it's got me more interested in James Cook. James Cook was one that didn't even like cross my mind until Chris started talking about how much he loves him. And now I'm all right, maybe I need to start working James Cook in there. Just the Carolina defense does scare me a little bit over the past 5 weeks. Second worst matchup in terms of schedule adjusted fantasy points allowed to the running back position. So that, scares me a bit, but I think you make a good point. Like he's just going to get a ton of run here, and Buffalo should be able to win handily. And ultimately, like Buffalo can beat anybody. So I like the call on Cook.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm a little bit off on Josh Allen. Is just because for Josh to hit that ceiling that we all love, is the game's going to get pushed. Is Carolina with Andy Dalton going to push the Bills? So that's part of why I'm not really clicking too much Josh Allen right now, and I'd rather take the Cook value when we could. I appreciate the shout out. I've been taking a lot of Henry. I'm going to probably have a pretty good Henry stand on my end, because I just think this team needs to start fucking. Like they have to win every game pretty much from here on out. I think they're going to be motivated and focused, and they get everybody back. They got the fullback back. The offensive line is all coming back. I think we're going to see Lamar being full probably tomorrow's practice report. I don't know what happened today. I haven't really been paying much attention to the news because I don't really care about until Wednesday, Thursday anyway, but I'm playing that. It's a get right spot, and they're going to put up some good points and a good game environment against the Bears.
Have you looked at the Ravens injury report as far as the defense goes? I guess that's another angle that I have not really considered, because they're coming off the bye, but their defense was so depleted that could be another spot where we want to attack with DeAndre Swift again against Baltimore. But that really depends on who's in and who's out there.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Hamilton came back before bye, and he played really well with his hair on fire. They just couldn't get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. I think their DBs are going to be back and healthy.
Okay.
Their D line is not that guy that at Abike, or however you pronounce his name. He's out for the season. So
right.
The running lane should be open.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I do think it's gonna be a kind of an up-paced game, but I do think both teams are gonna try to establish it, and it's gonna be kind of a fast-paced game, because both teams are gonna be able to run with success. It's kind of how I'm playing. I'm not really tackling it through Lamar in the passing game. The Bears secondary is playing really aggressive man right now. And other than Zay's a man beater, but Bateman, not so much. He kind of gets through some zone coverages for deep, but I've been mostly playing. It's going to be kind of King Henry on the ground. And I don't mind pairing that up with like a Bears tight end for like a mini correlation, or just playing Henry by himself. It's an interesting game, though. It's got a 49.5 point total. I always love when these NFC, AFC matchups, these teams don't really play each other all that much. So I always think these games have a potential to really shoot out and be kind of the game of the week. So it's one game that I'm really trying to figure out how to attack it. And right now it's just through Henry, but I want to try to tackle it a couple different angles.
Yeah, I like that. I'm also going to be going back to J.K. Dobbins again. Didn't really work last week. I thought that was a nice matchup with New York, but I know it's a nice matchup with Dallas. So J.K. Dobbins, you can kind of scroll down a little bit, get him pretty late. So I'm
third round,
trying to get a lot of that right now.
Yeah. Chris, you playing the Bucky Q tag, or you think he's out when it's a White's the click?
I'm being more passive on that. I think I'm just taking Rashad at this point because I'm like Bucky's probably going to rest another week for week 9 bye and then come back week 10 fully healthy. I mean, they're in the driver's seat pretty much. They're 5-2, right? So they're top of the NFC South. I mean, they just saw what happened when they brought a guy back from a hamstring injury. I mean, obviously it's terrible as a collarbone, but he didn't look as fast as he normally is, and he's obviously getting older. Mike Evans, such a great player.
Yeah.
And just to see him go out like that and probably overexerted himself because he's like, hey, we haven't made a catch all game. And Baker's only got 20-something yards, and I want to get my 1,000 yards. Everyone's putting pressure on him again for the 1,000 yards. And I'm sure that gets them in some regard, right? So just seeing him go down and like Godwin might be coming back. They might push Godwin early. So if they're going to push Godwin early, they might push Bucky. I mean, it's completely possible, right? But I probably wouldn't take Bucky until like the end of the 4th or like 5th round or something like that. And he doesn't go there. So I'm playing it as Rashad's going to play. And then like for me, the last running back available that looks good is Kamara.
Yeah.
Because Kendre Miller's out.
Yeah.
And that means he should get the whole rock because, hey, don't trade me. Don't trade me or I'm going to set pina coladas. So you might as well run him into the ground. If you're the Saints and you're the coaching staff, he's made it clear he doesn't want to be traded. Run him into the ground. Yeah,
his utilization in week 7 was like, top 7, so decent matchup. The Bucks you can't run up the middle at They you gotta get the outside. He has been catching the ball a little bit more as of late. It looks like the quarterback play is starting to get a little bit better, and he's going through his target check downs, and he's moving the ball where it needs to be. So definitely that's another 47.5 point total there. So it's definitely a good game environment. I've been trying to get to that game quite a bit in the second half of these boards. You can do some fun things with Auten, Rashid Shaheed, Kamara, taking some stabs at some of the wide receivers that we'll probably talk about here in a couple minutes. Any other last minute shout outs? You guys like the Pats? Stevenson took over. Do you think Stevenson's a decent click? Because he's kind of 5th, 6th round running back. It's kind of that last running back. If you do a alpha double up early, you're really scraping the barrel at running back, and he's kind of there for that.
Cleveland's been giving up a little more on the ground lately. I have clicked Algier because I'm just betting on the Dolphins to be absolute trash. Yeah. And they are. So I'm happy clicking Algier as like my 6th round pick where I need a running back, and just like, hey, maybe Bijan needs a rest and Algier gets a touchdown or 2. That's what you're hoping for.
Algier was the name that I was going to bring up. Algier and then Woody Marks, I think, is, if you wanted to bet on, like the workload seems to kind of be all over the place there. Matchup with depleted San Francisco defense that I think is going to be pretty bad, although they looked okay against Atlanta. I don't know if that was the appendix issue, and now of course Houston just doesn't have an offensive line, so that's not great. But I think Marks is at least like playable. But I like the Algier call against Miami. He's the other one. They're kind of the two that I'm thinking about late if I don't have a running back there.
There's a lot of rumors about Brees getting traded too. I don't know if that's serious or not, but I've been reading about it. And if he gets traded, man, I mean, it's that guy's automatically ruled out, right, for the week. So just something to keep in mind. Like, hey, Isaiah Davis is down there. I mean, obviously not now, but it's more of a Saturday, Sunday.
Keep your eye on it.
Yeah.
Save some bullets, maybe. Yeah.
Yep. Kyle got a lot of run too. If that game, he got 15. I think they pretty much were like a 60-40 split in the backfield. So if you're looking for some desperation, low own play, you might get lucky there, but I doubt it. It's probably more of a wide receiver in the flex type of week once you're getting down here.
I need to pick your brain then, because I'm having a hard time picking a round 6 wide receiver right now. It's like pretty dry out there, in my opinion. So,
yep. Well, I got plenty of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I concur. It is really what I'm looking for this week when it comes to running back, but actually more on the wide receivers. I'm looking for condensed offenses right now. I only want to try to do mini correlations and stacks with the most condensed offense. Right now, I think it's been very successful. We saw it with Awin quite a bit with just two Saints in Chicago. Chicago's not super condensed, but the Saints are super condensed. Philly, the Giants, New England, Atlanta. We don't quite know what Baltimore is yet, but I'm thinking Baltimore. Cincinnati is so condensed. So those are the kind of the offense that I'm targeting this week, trying to layer them in correctly in the right draft room. And I'm thinking that's going to be the shipper this week, is just getting on these super condensed offenses.
Yeah.
What do you guys? It's Chase up top for me. Do you guys kind of agree with ADP, or are you moving anybody up? But I'm kind of more in Buka over Sutton, but it's a good matchup on high points total.
Honestly, between me and you guys, I like Emeka over Drake, even though it's probably a bad call. I mean, I have some bias going on right now, but it's a great matchup. He's like you said, condensed offense. Like it's just him and Kate Otten, and then maybe Godwin. And how fast is Godwin going to be up that fibula? So then it's just like Godwin's going to be like, "Hey, look at me, I'm over here," and then the ball is just going to go to him and Tez probably. Yeah. So like what I was doing on Monday night, I was clicking Mike Evans like in the 6th round while he had a Q tag going. When he got that injury. So, because like I said, I'm having a hard time picking in the 6th round a wide receiver or like a flex play. So I've just been like punting it. Like, oh, I'll take Mike Evans. He stacks with my Baker because I have like probably 40% Baker. So I'm just trying to play that game through a different angle. But I really like Emeka over Sutton. That's for sure. And then it's a coin flip for London and Emeka for me. I'm not touching Nico at all because he got the concussion on Monday night instead of Sunday. So.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming. The only thing that it could be, he could kind of clear just because they're playing at home again. I think if they were traveling for sure, he would be not being able to do that travel with a concussion, everything. But that's one thing I haven't yet because he's already falling. You can get him. If you do want to play the Q-tag game, you don't have to take him anywhere close to ADP because you're going to see him in the late 3rd, early 4th and playing that swap side on the right side of the board.
Yeah, I like the call of Egbuka. I did not have him ahead of London and Sutton, but like kind of moved him up to that same tier. So like it's kind of a coin flip between them based on I don't know what I'm trying to do in a given draft. So I guess I'd say I have no issue with moving him ahead of Sutton or even London. But that's not what I've done yet so far. Like looking at the actual like wide receiver rankings, look about where I have them. But I think I have Egbuka ahead of some of the running backs in that round.
Yeah. AJ Brown, he's looking better, playing a little bit better. He's in a smash spot. Heavy man. The Giants play heavy man. Him and Smith, they crush man. So if Hurts comes to play, Hurts doubles are definitely in play. If you can build the right lineup around it, it could get there. You're not going to get it. Not going to get a Hurts double like we did last week with Jonathan Taylor. Like a couple guys got, and they were up top for a while with that double. I don't think we're going to be able to kind of recreate that this week the way that the ADPs are, but I like AJ Brown this week.
I've seen a lot of Taylor, AJB, and Hurts, and then maybe like 5th round Goddard, fifth round Goddard.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is more of a revenge spot than anyone else. I mean, like they got shellacked on national television against the Giants, 3 Scatterbo touchdowns.
Yep.
This is a revenge spot all the way. NFC East division rivalry. Like I think if they score and they get hot, they're going to lay it on them. Whether it be Saquon, AJ Brown, or Jalen doing the tush push 3 or 4 times, it could definitely happen. And I really love these next 3 guys. Like these guys at the beginning when it opened, their ADP was significantly higher.
Yeah.
And that's why I was just jonesing for a top pick, and I have not been able to get it. So I feel like the value is gone almost a little bit, but they're still in the second and third round.
Yeah.
Like late, but like all that's going to the JT drafter and Bijan drafter. All that is going there. And you're just praying that if you're in that 4 to 7 sweet spot, like Math was talking about, that you're hoping one of those guys falls here in the third, because then you can start building your own super team. And that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, for me, it's Pickens is the cutoff. For me, I'm trying to get 1 or 2 of these guys up top with some alphas, and then once Pickens goes, then I'm kind of playing it a little bit different.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Pickens is probably the last for me as well, but I have a hard time deciding between him and Ferguson. So I'm like, I'll just take the guy that wears Dak's high school jersey or whatever that walked in. I'm like, so I just laugh at that. But yeah, I like taking Ferguson too. And like, you can get a good combo still, and you're not committed to like one of your wide receiver spots.
Right. What about you? Anything stand out for you right here, Neil? Or are you kind of in consensus with ADP with these guys?
I mean, I love Chris's call of like Odunze, Flowers, Olave, like those all look like great picks. I think I agree with you that you include Pickens in there. I would like Surtain will be on CeeDee Lamb, right? Is that a hot take? That would be my assumption, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know.
Well, if anyone knows balls, it's Crutches. It's Crutches. He knows balls. So if he's
I was trying to figure out, did he say that just
Pickens,
now? Yeah, if he's saying he's on Pickens, that might be true.
That's what I think it is, but I think Dak trusts Pickens, and Pickens is one of those alpha. He don't care who's guarding him, throw me the damn ball type of guys. So, and we've seen with Surtain. I mean, I'm not saying that Pickens is Devontae Adams whatsoever, but Devontae Adams has had massive games against it. The quarterback just needs to throw the ball. You know, and as long as Dak is willing to throw some of those deep balls, those 50-50 balls, and let his guy go out and get it, I think it's a pick worth taking, in my opinion.
I think like below where we're looking right now, I don't think I have any. Can you scroll down just a little bit? I don't think I have any like great wide receiver takes down here. I think it's for me just like, what am I trying to do? Like, do I have a stack ready made right now, or do I need to like figure out a back stack? Yeah, I don't think I just did a Denver stack with Troy Franklin, and then like I felt okay about that. I think like Marvin Mims even is maybe playable against Dallas. But like that's just kind of because I needed to figure something out late, and so I did a Bo Nix stack to end my draft. Yeah, I don't have any great wide receivers here at the end, so I would love to hear what Math. You seem to have some actual opinions, and Chris, sounds like you're in the same boat as me. Is that accurate, or do you like somebody down here?
Well, I can tell you who I don't like, which is Jalen Waddle, Tet, Pittman. I like Devonta, T. Higgins. I'll take Stephon Diggs. I'll take Rashid Shaheed for the correlation. And then I'm avoiding DJ Moore at all costs because he's hurt like 100 of my teams last week and the week prior.
Yeah.
So I know I should go back to the well on that, but it's just so hard. I'd rather click Shakir or something like that.
Yeah, I like Shakir. So with T, it's pretty much the funnel right now. It's wide receiver 2s against the Jets are just absolutely smashing. But again, if Sauce isn't in there, everybody's going to smash because they can't cover anybody, and they don't even know their defense because they're every week they're going between zone and man. They're flip flopping. The defense is way too aggressive for their talent, so they're just putting these guys out on islands and they're just getting burnt. So it's just an absolute mess in New York. So just keep taking advantage of that situation. Devontae Smith, again, is a man beater. Giants play a lot of man. And a one shout out that I haven't really been doing yet, but I'm going to do more of is try to do some stuff with the Giants. The Giants are actually super condensed. They're playing a lot of 12. Wan'Dale's on the field 100% of the time, and he's getting all the first read look stuff. So I think he's a pretty good click if you go like running back heavy stuff, and you say you get like a one of those better tight ends on the slate or like a higher projected point tight end. I think Wan'Dale is a pretty good click for us later on in the draft. If he ends up being your wide receiver 1, I think he can put up a pretty good week. Just all the unique stuff they're doing out of 12 personnel. They made Denver look silly with a lot of their play calls. I think there's something cooking with that offensive scheme that they got going on. So like a Dart Wandell stack with Theo Johnson kind of double if you want, could be kind of interesting in this slate.
I like that call.
No, that's a really good call.
I like Booty a lot. Again, he right now is running way more routes. He's on the field more than anybody, and he's more downfield. And May's been killing it downfield throws, super accurate, making great decisions right now. So like I'm comfortable clicking Booty a lot.
I've been playing the Q tag on Ricky Pearsall as well. That's what I've been doing a lot of too. But I do agree with you. I do like Booty. I'm hoping that the New England offensive line can hold up.
Yeah, that's going to be the name of the game. But May can get out of the pocket quick, so it's not like he's too out there. Like 2 seconds he's done because he can't move and can't make a decision. So May's been very good about getting out of the pocket, creating more time, and making some big boy throws downfield. And that's where Cleveland's been giving up, is just these big splash plays. And to me, that just screams Booty. But also they do play a lot of zone. So zone killer is Diggs. He killed Buffalo because Buffalo just sat in a zone all the time, was just able to pick it apart. So I think that kind of high-low combo between Booty and Diggs is going to be good for May. So I kind of like that passing attack this week. I have a lot of May so far in my early drafts.
What kind of defensive schemes do you think benefit Booty?
He's just one-on-one. So if he can just play man kind of one-on-one, he's been winning those matchups. His big game against the Saints played a lot of zone, but they kind of left Booty on an island. No safety over the top. And he was able to get deep a couple times against them. And I think they could probably do that again, because I think with Diggs in the tight end, they're going to be able to draw those in with a quick passing attack early in the game, and then taking shots kind of more in the second half of the game. And that would be Booty.
You can't leave Booty on an island, or else just go to waste,
Yeah.
So
exactly. I'm an Alec Truth believer. 10 targets last week. Down's Q tag with the concussion. He may come back, but it doesn't matter because Down just plays slot in 11, which that's what they majority play anyway in it for the Colts. So but he's getting all the fun stuff downfield. He should have had a house call, but he kind of got tripped up in that second quarter because I was really big on him, and I thought if he could get a house call, he could be a big splash play guy and vault some of my rosters up top. So the likelihood of him actually needing it. So it's one of those, it has to happen in the first quarter, probably first quarter, second quarter. If it doesn't, it's dead. So it's kind of a risk reward click in my opinion, but he's getting some fun stuff, and they're drawing up some awesome high-low plays, and he's screaming through the zone, kind of like what they're doing with Quentin Johnson and the Chargers. They're kind of doing the exact same thing with Alec Pierce right now in Indy. So he's getting some fun stuff. So he could pop off. He hasn't had a touchdown yet this season, but he's looked really good and playing well. So he's probably my favorite 6th round click right now. He's not going 100% of boards.
I was all over him last week too. And the only thing I'll say is I'm off of him this week because I think Downs is going to come back and he's going to lose some of that middle of the field targets that he was getting this last game.
Yeah.
And I don't think, like you said, I don't think it's going to be pushed as much.
Yeah.
So that's why exactly. That's why for me, I'm like, hey, why am I going to take a 30-minute gamble when I need to take a 60-minute gamble for my players for the six leg parlay that we're trying to chase here,
Right.
So,
yep. Good shout. I watched the Houston game back quite a bit, and we're not drafting it right now this way, but the way that it's being played is Hutchinson is playing the most, on the field the most. He's getting more read targets. He might not be the splashy, sexy guy, but Hutchins is the one getting majority of the work. Not Noel, not Higgins. Those guys are kind of more splitting. They were on the field all the time at 11 once Collins got down. But again, Hutchins was getting kind of the, more of the first read stuff.
I think he got an end zone target, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He should have had a touchdown.
Yeah.
The DB made a hell of a play on it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's right.
So
I do like Chris Godwin too for Q tag if you want to just throw something in there, and then you can swap to like Tez if you feel so inclined. There's no need to take Tez right now. So many Q tags available to like get what you need and swap off later.
Yep, exactly. So that's I think it is kind of more of a, if you don't like the Alec Pierce and some of the shout outs that we talked about earlier, it's definitely, you could just stay on the clock by clicking the Q tag here and then getting more information. Somebody might come up in the player pool later in the week that you can pivot to. But yeah, it's these kind of Hail Mary plays like Luther Burden, hoping for a long touchdown. That's kind of the type of clicks that I do like to play down here, not like these low A dot, you need a whole lot of volume type of plays. It's more of like one of these guys I can get home on 3 or 4 targets.
How do you feel about Darnell Mooney?
I like Mooney this week, but again, it's one of those that has to happen early plays because with Miami's not they're not going to push the game environment. They're going to get blown out, and especially if they don't play Tua.
He's the type of coach too, the Atlanta coach, to just run the ball out.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to style on anybody. He's like, just get me the win, get me home for that ice cold beer. Call it a day.
Yeah. Not the sexiest tight end week that we've had. Last week was a lot sexier. So, Warren's up top. Same thing, kind of tricky game environment. He's going to have to get home early for it to kind of pay off. It is National Tight End Day on Sunday. So remember that. You never know who's going to be getting the touchdowns this week, but something to think about.
Yep. Usually just means like backup tight ends start to get touchdowns as well. Brock Wright, guaranteed touchdown next week, I think. Oh, no, he's on bye. Never mind. But the tight ends, I mean, outside of Warren, I think Kittle is the one that is going to, I think somebody actually, Pat Moore said something about Kittle probably the hardest player to rank for this week. Do you guys have him as the tight end too?
I just wait for tight end. I'm sorry to jump in there, Mathology. I like Tyler Warren a lot too, because I'm like, hey, he's the most concentrated guy at the passing attack for DJ. And honestly, it's amazing for him because like he's guaranteed a touchdown. Sometimes he gets a rushing touchdown. It's insane. Kittle, like I was wheels up on him like for that Monday Night Football game or Sunday night game, and I was just so sad that he didn't get anything. He got blanked, and Houston's a really good defense. They're going to put a lot of pressure on the O-line, which probably means they have to dump it off to Kittle right in the middle. I mean, it could work out for his favor really well.
They just ran the shit out of the ball. They just ran the shit out of the ball over and over and over and over again.
And that's the problem, right? Like, is Houston going to be able to challenge them? Which the answer is probably no, So then you're just like taking a giant risk. Like Jawan, like just to go back to not even go back to wide receiver, but Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, they're going in the 6th round for a reason because people think that this game is just going to be run out the clock, put it away, and someone's going to go home with the win by a field goal, right? It's kind of like feels like that kind of game, where San Francisco's not going to try as hard to like put their players in a position to succeed. Obviously, they're going to put their players in a position to succeed, but like they'll be happy with like an easy win. Like, hey, they're up by 10 points. At the end of the game, there's maybe a garbage time touchdown or field goal, and the game looks close. Like I could see that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same matchup for San Fran that they had back-to-back weeks with Atlanta and Houston. Houston's got a good pass rush. Atlanta has a good pass rush, but they've been vulnerable people rushing the ball on them. So I think that the offensive coordinator and head coach there, they're going to try to go with that same kind of ground and pound, kind of running the ball right in the teeth of that defense and just playing kind of controlling the ball and deflating the ball with long sustainable drives is kind of how I'm seeing that game. And then vice versa, Houston's not going to be able to get a third down conversion to save their life because they just suck at it. So
yeah, but pretty deep tight end as you kind of mentioned. I mean, I'm going right back to Mason Taylor, even though he failed me so hardcore last week. Looked a little bit better with Tyrod Taylor, and this is just an even better matchup for tight ends against Cincinnati. I swear my entire life it's been a great matchup for tight ends. So just play tight ends in Cincinnati always. And now like they might actually be able to move the ball too against Cincinnati. Again, 19-point implied team total, so not like they're expected to score a ton, but I think Mason Taylor should be targeted heavily, in particular if Garrett Wilson is out again, which questionable, but I think I lean more toward he's going to sit.
Yep.
I'm clicking Kate Otten over that guy all the time because, like I said, I'm on the Tampa Bay offense.
Yeah.
The guy is going to be probably one of 3 people getting the ball. And like I said, it's just a consolidated offense. I also like Noah Fant late. I haven't clicked him yet, but I will eventually.
Yep.
That's why there's no reason to go early tight end. Like that's why in Kittle's 30 ADP, you're giving up so much value at other positions. So
if
break the sleep.
Yeah, if Nico is out, Dalton Schultz also got a lot of targets at the tail end of that game. And without Fred Warner for San Fran, we don't have to worry about him completely erasing the tight end position against San Fran. So that opens up Dalton Schultz a little bit. If he can find pay dirt, he can pay off, and he'll be extremely low owned in the Dawg Bowl this week.
Kyle Pitts looked awesome. He's looked awesome all year, I think, and now gets this Miami defense. Very appealing also.
Yeah, I mean, they golf together. Penix and Pitts, they love hitting the greens together, so they get a little connection there. So it's just like it has to happen early because Miami's probably not going to push the game environment. Well, guys,
I do click a little Harold Fanning from time to time. I'm like Njoku's probably going to be out again. That's just a consolidated target tree. So I look at it. It didn't pay off last week, but it is what it is. Yeah,
Pat's linebackers are definitely more run focused, and they really try to stop the run. So they also just the way that historically that defense has always kind of given up volume, easy target, easy throws to tight ends, and that's kind of came true so far this year as well. So I like that shout. I think Fanning could be in play for us this week. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. It's like tight end late. And I think my last board was like the blue wall was starting to form in that 6th round where everybody was kind of waiting on it and just kind of finishing their draft up with different tight end clicks. So we'll see if that holds true or if things do kind of shake up throughout the week.
Yep.
All right, you guys want to hop into some draft and make it happen? Let's punch a ticket to Kansas City.
100%.
Let's do it.
We can do it.
We got to get there with Chris.
Come join me, please.
He's already going to be there.
Let's drink some beers.
Dude, we got to get a hold of that bowl again.
Yeah, we will. We will.
You want me to jump in? How many spots are left?
I'm jumping in. I got to jump in my phone first because of this. Every time we do this, it's all messed up. So if you do want to join us, I'm sure there's a lobby.
6 people. 5.
Yeah, I got 5 more, 4 more.
You just got booted, dude.
Uh-oh.
Just got booted.
Yeah.
Woof.
This happened to me yesterday, and I had to reset my password. Hopefully that doesn't happen right now. Oh, we're good. All right.
Good. All right, RNG gods, give us the left side of the goddamn.
I'll bring the luck. I've been getting it, so I'm bringing the luck to you.
Just
Guaranteed.
one of us get the left side of the board. Guaranteed I'll be the right side. 100%. No
Give
problem.
us the left. Give us the left. Come on. Swear, Newman, I didn't sleep with your wife. I swear I didn't do that.
Is Newman married?
Or
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he was.
We just need some luck here. Waiting on two.
We need some definite luck here. I'll pay the engineers whatever it takes to give me a top 3 pick before Wednesday. Please. Because I'm at this point now where I told myself last week, I was like, oh, I'm only going to do like 20.
Yeah.
I ended up doing 50. And I'm like, man, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna like 35. I'm cut off at 35, and then I'm going to like 45. I'm like, fuck. And it just, I had nothing. I think I barely scratched the top 100. I didn't really have anything going.
I had two really, really good teams where I was like, man, just shakes my way. Oh, look, hold on. Where am I? Oh, 5.
Let's go.
That's pretty early.
I told you, Math. I told you I'm bringing the luck here.
Nice. Got Pat Moore, line of scrimmage, Charlie. You got Bounds. Chris is in here. Ty's in here. Crutches. Awesome. Friends and family.
Yep. Red badges across the board.
Always in the Dawg Bowl. We've been last week. We saw more non-batches. There was a couple interesting rooms that we thought maybe would get thrown up, but never did. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah, there's one guy in particular that I see only early in the drafts with like a couple people that I'm like, man, I don't know if this is legit, and I'm just like, man, they're not canceling anything anymore. So
yeah,
that's what I see. So, we'll see how that goes. I really want to know about Diallo right now. Like if Diallo's going to play this week for Atlanta. Yeah. So I'm like checking the Atlanta injury report right now. It's going to decide what I do.
You want to do JT?
Yeah. I was hoping to get a Bijan share because I've already got a JT share, but I mean, can't go wrong with the guy who's just scoring 3 touchdowns a game regularly.
Yeah. I concur. I don't think you can really. You're not going to lose the draft in the top 3. It's kind of. I feel like this week's going to come down to what kind of minis you get in the second, third, or third, fourth.
Yep.
Wow, if I auto click here by accident, I apologize. Okay, good. I'm going to do Devon Achan.
Homer pick there.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
bring it back with round 6 Tyler Argill. Why not?
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever get this error where you have like a minute and 5 seconds left on the clock and you're like, that's not right? You guys ever get that on yours?
No, never seen that.
Okay. Because like right now my timer is like a minute 20 and I'm like, oh, that's wrong.
That's right.
So go ahead. What were you saying, Matt? I'm sorry.
I was just were you guys also pretty surprised with how high of a scoring slate week 7 was?
Yeah.
I was shocked. I was like, all right, this is setting up perfect. It's just like, okay, hopefully the Dallas game isn't, because I kind of played the Dallas game kind of under a little bit. And I definitely played the Denver game kind of under. And I'm like, this LAC Indy, I was like so high on the LAC Indy game.
Me too.
If that game pops, I got a good shot at it. And the other games Dallas just went nuclear, and so did that Giants Denver game. I mean, the 1-2-2-1s were dominant in the top 10 again. They had like 70% in the high scoring slate. So I was like, holy shit. And so I dug into it more and I realized there was 30 rushing touchdowns scored on the main slate in week 7. 30 rushing touchdowns. We never see that. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's insane.
And it was like 31 passing. That's usually what we see. We see about 30 passing touchdowns on the main slate, and we see about 10 to 15 rushing touchdowns, but we saw double that.
Wow.
So that was kind of part of why that 1-2-2-1 was so powerful in week 7.
And that's with not a lot of games on the slate because we had 2 buys. We had 2 Monday night games. So just 10 games. That's crazy.
That's all we're seeing is these 10 game slates. So to me, it's like 120, 122, 125, 130 for sure. You're punching a ticket. So trying to build those more 1-2-2-1s. But this week it's been tough. If you don't get a running back in the second or third round, I pretty much punt it off and I've been doing more 1-1-3-1s.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I gotta do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Resmall at 20 is unfair.
It's got to be unique. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, what's the HN ADP?
Out there,
it's 8 right now.
Okay.
So he varies. So it's probably possible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna queue up my 3 guys that won't be there.
All right, Rome is who I wanted.
Yeah. Do you want to try to do a Zay Swift?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind stay there.
You want to try that? See if we get
I would
that?
go Zay first, and then I think Swift would be good, or J.K. Dobbins, or whatever. So,
You want to do Zay?
but I like Zay first. Yeah. And I guess Swift for the mini correlation. That makes sense.
I was thinking maybe do a mini there, and I don't really, just kind of like tailor one off.
Well, you're definitely getting Swift now, so you're good to go.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you want to do that, Neil, or do you want to do something with Pickens later? See if Dak comes back around. Probably won't.
No, I'd say let's go Swift. He's not coming back. Kind of flips the board a little bit.
I think it's a fun mini. It sets up ADP a little bit, but it's a good game total. Game could pop off. I think Zay's going to have a nice game.
Yeah, he just needs Lamar there. With Lamar, he's just a stud.
Yeah.
This is a tough click for me. I'm thinking, like, do I reach for T? Do I take Kittle? Do I take Ferguson? Do I take Pickens? I mean, I guess I'm going to have to just take Pickens.
Welcome to Master 10.
Yeah, I'm going to – hey, Crutches, I'm coming for him. Let's go.
Nice. I mean, Pickens got it done against the Packers, like just on those moon balls. So
yeah,
you're hoping for one fall, right? You're hoping for one fall by Surtain, basically.
Yeah.
Or like he goes to CD and shadows him.
Yeah, I think they'll move him around a little bit, and especially if Lamb starts eating, they'll probably switch it up a little bit. The good part about like the Pickens play is this game's going to be pretty tight the whole entire game. So you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to get home, and it's the hammer game. You know, you want that chasing scores at the end of the slate, so you're not just kind of biting your nails, sweating that everything's a sack or fumble or punt. You know.
Yeah.
Don't expect to get anything, Chad Candles. You will get nothing in this draft. You'll never get the picks you want. Just remember that.
This is a sweaty room. You know, Charlie's a really sharp player. Line of scrimmage. He always builds really good teams.
Oh yeah, and he has no remorse. Like if you're his friend and he sees you, I'm definitely taking that player.
Yeah,
like, that's my guy. Like, and you're like, well, I just wasted $25. This is nice.
I'm liking our start. I mean, it is really nice getting the second pick.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Rico Dowdle? Like, do you think Canales is going to be like, you know what? We're going to split the time, even though you looked at that carry load and you're like 30 yards, Chuba Hubbard. Yeah. I'm like, you got to give him the rock. He just scored back-to-back 200 all-purpose yards. I mean, like, why would you not give that guy the rock?
And they're doubling down. They've said again, we want to keep splitting the workload there.
I know.
Obviously, they really like Chuba Hubbard, but like at some point, you just got to lean in on the guy who's been crushing.
Yeah, you got 18 opportunities. The only what I worry about is if the Bills get up early and he'll get game script out. That's the only thing that I really worry about. If Carolina's DST can kind of keep it going and make it tough on Josh, he could get quite a bit of work. And we have seen the Bills give it up in the run game a lot. They're not stout stopping the run. So I think that's how the game's going to start. It's just like if they can just keep close, he should get a lot of work. But if they get blown out, or Andy Dalton throws a pick early in the game and the script gets flipped and the Bills favor by a lot, then Carolina's just going to have to abandon the run.
Right. True.
That's the only thing I worry about. So you got to play it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to our buddy Pat Moore, Poker. He's in the chat, and he was sharing some interesting kind of statistics that have been going on in the Dawg Bowl. 76% of the top three are no bringbacks on quarterback stacks. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So like the game environment, stacking up your quarterback with bring back hasn't really got anybody home yet that much.
Well, it hasn't got that's in the top lineups or
Yeah.
what's drafted.
Where was it?
Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting because I've been doing a lot of that, and I did a lot of that last week because I was playing at Herbert. I was playing Herbert's side with the Colts heavily.
Right.
We're on the clock. So we should try to set something up. We get a falling Dak. It's hard to stack him up at this hour, but we could try.
And we could do the Wandale if Dark's not gone yet.
Yeah, we can do Wandale and do Dart.
What are the other wide receivers available?
I'm
good with Wandale.
Yeah, we're pretty much wiped out.
Yeah.
So then we're quarterback, tight end the rest of the way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hoping Dak falls back to me, but obviously if you guys take him, that's totally fine.
Hey, you pushed him into the 5th.
Setting up the double there, Pickens and Ferguson.
Yeah, the Lamb drafter
took Allen.
Yeah, there you go. I'm good letting Dak go, and I'd rather take a different angle.
Do you want to just go Dart here, or do you want to?
Yeah, Dart's not going to come back around.
Yeah, let's do that then.
We could double it with Theo, or we can just see what best available tight end that we like.
Yep.
You get your wish, Chris. A 5th round Dak. That's a nice
build,
nice, man.
Yeah.
Yep, it's only Denver's defense, but Dak is the man, right? So that's it.
I've taken a lot of Dak so far. I'm not too scared. I haven't built what you had. I haven't built that run out yet. That's nice. That's gonna be a fun team for you to track.
Yeah, I'm excited. I just need to finish the wide receiver, which I'll probably look at Booty if he's there,
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure Charlie will take him because he likes Booty.
Charlie likes Booty too. Math, as we're getting pretty late in the draft, Math, how late does it have to get for you to start thinking about Booty?
I think about Booty at like probably pick 6 or 9. It's kind of where I'm thinking.
Had to try.
Yeah. Who doesn't love Booty?
What's up, Kieran?
What's up? Man, so this is where I'm like, wide receiver gets pretty gross. There's like one guy left that I really enjoy clicking, and he'll probably go to the 12 hole here, more than likely.
So, Matt, can you repeat what you were saying about your conversation with Pat Moore about the stack with the bring back? You're saying like in lineups that finish towards the top, there aren't a lot of that. Is that have you compared to like how much it's drafted though? Like is it something that is going drafted frequently but not making it to the top, or?
Yeah, well, it's the final result. So the people at the top aren't doing the bringbacks on singles and doubles.
Okay.
So if you're doing a lot of singles and doubles with a bringback, and I think a lot of the field is doing it just by looking at some draft boards from time to time. I think it'd be a good thing to kind of skate away from it for a little while. So I'm kind of doing that a little bit more this week. Is just try to pick two game environments, do a stack, and then do a mini on another game, and then maybe like a one-off, like a low-owned one-off type of thing. Or like what we're going to do here is a Taylor one-off. We can maybe do something with Baltimore. We can probably, I don't know how you feel about Loveland, and maybe play it before we see it with Komet probably missing with a back injury. He should be about 50% owned. I like to get off the board a little bit with my last click if I can.
I mean, how often is Mark Andrews going drafted?
Yeah, but again, do you want to double up Zay and Andrews
without
together?
Lamar? I mean, maybe just a little teammate correlation, but I guess we'll have to see what comes back to us. Because again, I like Mason Taylor. I like Kate Otten also. Yeah, with Mike Evans out, I think that's a strong call, especially if you think Egbuka could be at all limited. Like we've seen what kind of a target hog Otten can turn into.
Yeah,
Pitts is obviously a target of mine.
You could take Hunter Henry. Never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah, Booty Henry with May. Yeah, that's a nice little backstack.
I think
And he did Jukin, so he's got a game environment there.
I think I'd roll the dice on Kincaid, right? Do you guys have a Buffalo piece or no?
No, not yet, but I don't mind it.
That's who I'd be hoping falls.
And we got an earlier swap versus the Purdy, I guess, but there's not many back here that Kincaid goes. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Pitts, Andrews, Ingram, Taylor, Loveland, Schultz. Pitts just goes. Theo Johnson for the double.
Yeah, I'd be fine with doing the double if you wanted to do that. I like I said, I really like Taylor again. I like Andrews, or just going the double, whichever of those. I don't think I'm in on Colston Loveland without seeing it yet because I think Cole Kmet is. Did you say Kmet is out?
Yeah, back injury.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He left.
You
with a
guys
back
also,
injury. Yeah.
You guys also have Swift too, so you're hoping for a lot of rushing TDs. So
true.
Counterintuitive.
Yeah. I missed that. Yep. Yeah, we already have that.
Fant.
We already have that
Fant.
mini.
Taylor. Yeah.
Oh,
shoot. Do you have it on your phone?
You got 10 seconds.
oh.
I mean, we're gonna get
signing everywhere.
Andrews if that's.
I think I queued up somebody.
Yeah, you'll definitely have Andrews. Yep, you got him.
All right.
Oh. That sucked.
Yeah, that's weird.
If you want, I have the board up still. So if you want me to share the screen so you can look at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do that.
Yeah. Hang on. I will remove this screen.
Present your screen. All right, there we go.
That was weird.
Yeah, that was
Zoom
weird.
in for you. Hold on, let me get the old sidekick out of there. Hold on.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so we got Mandrews. I'm good with that. Like I think he with Lamar returning, he's going overlooked, but like he benefits a lot from Lamar returning also.
Yeah.
Nice little mini game stack there, and then we've got the dart with Wandale. Looks good, and then of course Jonathan Taylor, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this could definitely get there still because right, like you're hoping Lamar throws a lot of passing touchdowns instead of runs and one in. Yep. So you're hoping for like a 4 passing touchdown type of day where Dart does that thing and sends Scatteroo out to the left and just takes the touchdown himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely see that happen.
Yep.
So, and you got two hog mollies at the running back position. I think those guys are going to feast.
Yeah.
I think that's just so nice. I wish I knew what that was like, but
getting the second pick one of these days. But you made the most of the 5th pick, I would say. The double stack with Dak is pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, guys. Like the 3rd and 4th best quarterback on the field go in the 4th and 5th round, and that is insane. So that's why like I specifically look in the 2nd and 3rd. I look for Mecca and I look for Ferguson and or Pickens because you got these guys that are really good at throwing the rock, and then you got all these other guys that could do something if the game environment's right. Where these guys are just natural dogs where they'll just throw the ball. So that's the way I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. We'll see.
Yep.
Hey, waiting on 3 if you want to do one more, Chris. I don't know what your schedule's like, but I can hang.
Yeah, I can do one more.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll do one more.
We can share. Share if you want. Oh, I just snapped Phil now. I don't know if you got in.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. Yeah. Well, I didn't know if your stuff was working, so I was.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Number 4. Look at that. What? Someone take Jamar Chase 1 overall. Come on. Got a no Badger?
Yeah.
We got the 10.
Yeah, you just need one person to do something weird to get one of those top 3. We can do something with the 10th pick. We'll make something happen here.
Yeah. Have some fun. Yeah. But that's what we're trying to do over and over and again. Just build those kind of condensed offenses, layer them in properly. Hopefully the slate breaks our way.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know. I think it's going to be a low scoring slate. It's the way that there's so many home favorites. But I can kind of see the Giants pushing that game environment. I can see the Bears pushing the game environment.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay or Saints should get pushed a little bit in the Dallas-Denver game. That game could either kind of get wonky kind of at the end or it could be a kind of fun game from the jumps. If Denver can get out early, I think that game can get fun. I know
Dallas probably won't do this, but like just look at the tape of what the Giants just did to Denver. Like that is some fun stuff. I mean, obviously Dak isn't as mobile, but just doing some of those schemes to like get them cooking. Because like the Giants actually figured out Denver and then they just gave it all away in the fourth quarter. So
yeah, I mean, it was at 12, man. They were playing so much 12. It was a crazy. I want to say it was close to 80% of the snaps they're playing 12.
Oh, Josh Allen 101, dude. What?
Whoa!
Wow.
There it is.
Congrats. There you go.
See, that's all it takes. We got 2 non-badges in here. That's nice. Let's have a fun one here.
I mean, we'll take that too. Yeah, that should benefit us a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we could get a fun wide receiver here if we want. Lamb might be here. Sometimes we probably could get Henry potentially.
Yep.
Because HM will probably go, Lamb will go, Cook will go. We could get Henry. So I think that's what we're looking at. Henry, Cook, Lamb.
Henry goes. All right.
So we got Lamb or Cook here.
Yep. That
We'll
works.
take whoever's left. We'll snap it and keep it moving.
Yeah, Barnes will probably take Cook. Just my guess. Because every player that I want, he always takes. So that's what I'm guessing.
He's looking at his combos. What can I get that might be different in the second round right now?
Yeah.
All right. I've got a couple picks that I really like here, potentially in the second round. One of them just went. I like Javonte.
Yep.
There's some really good picks here. If you just zone in and you know what you want. I know going CD first makes basically, hey, should I take a running back here? But the board's open. I mean, I probably lean running back, but
Lamar fall here. We'll see if it stays. Hurts, Scatterboot, Sutton. We got Brees, Juckins. I like the running backs. I like the quarterbacks. I don't need Sutton here.
Yeah, for me, it's
we could do a mini, but I feel like that mini is going to be pretty paired up quite a bit.
I'm good with either Lamar or Brees, whichever you prefer would be my pick.
Lamar, but you don't like Cam, Scatterboot?
Not as much.
No. Balls on the table, Lamar or Hall, Neil? Who scores more points?
I mean, I lean toward Hall because we don't have a running back yet, but it's up to you.
I got an idea. Let's see if we can make it happen.
I do think Scatterboot is one of those players that, like, his entire career, I'm going to get him wrong. Like, I'm just going to be like, he can't get it done in this matchup, and then he's just going to score 2 touchdowns, and it's just going to be like he's just too, like, I don't know, something about him. Like, he doesn't look amazing. He doesn't like look like the kind of guy who should be able to break one off, and then he's just going to score a 15-yard touchdown every game, no matter the matchup. So maybe a bias against Scatterboot here.
I've been super happy with him in best ball. Because I have like a ton of him. So just seeing him take it away from Tyrone after the guy gets injured.
This is
so
what
bad.
I do have a lot in best ball, at least. Yeah.
This is what they're doing with 12, man, is like it looks like everything's going to be a run out of 12, and they're passing it to the running back out of 12, which doesn't happen a lot. So they're getting a lot of down blocking, and they're getting scat outside in space. And the wide receivers are doing a good job blocking up. So he just got one man to beat. If he can break that tackle, which he's a tackle breaker, he's getting chunk yardage, just quick passing. It's kind of like an extended running game, kind of like what the Pats used to do with Brady and all those running backs back in the day when they had Gronk and Aaron
Hernandez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at some point I will I think it's one of those that I play Cam Scatterboo based on the matchup, and like this is just like, I mean, he just scored 3 touchdowns against them, and Mason looked pretty good against them, so maybe it's actually not as tough of a matchup as I'm giving it credit for. Like they have not been great against the run, but you have to think they're going to give more focus to stopping him now after he scored 3 touchdowns against them. I don't know.
Yeah,
just feels a little bit early to me, but maybe I'll change my tone on that over the course of the week.
Dude, Jalen Hurts was so enticing there. Jalen Hurts was so enticing there.
Yeah.
I was just debating him nonstop, but I want to take the skill position players.
Yeah, I like when the Rune punishes somebody for taking a quarterback early. Everybody just plays chicken with the rest of them, push them back and see what happens, It's kind of fun.
So this guy just locked himself into A.J. Brown if Busters and Hiller B don't take A.J. Brown. So.
Yeah, that's a fun start. Bijan, Hurts. Buster takes them, steals them from them.
What do you think about Chase Brown?
I like Chase Brown this week. I do. I think there's a good chance that he has he gets in the end zone finally this week. I like all the Bengals this week.
What was the split? Like Chase Brown to me, like the appeal was the workload, and then he had been kind of splitting with Samaje Perine. I have not looked at what the actual split was last week yet.
He only got 11 carries for 108 yards, so that's an issue.
Yeah, but look at the passing work.
Yeah, he had 2 catches for -8 yards.
Yeah, but did you see targets though? Other than what I mean,
I did not.
They were chucking the ball all. I mean, it wasn't like Flacco's not like super accurate to his running backs, but like he was getting some check down stuff. Granted, the box score targets. So he had 4 targets. So he had like 15 opportunities. So that's pretty good out of the 3rd round, getting a running back on a team that should win too. We like playing running backs on teams that are going to win. We're projected to win.
I pulled up the splits here. So Chase Brown played 62.5% of snaps, so did take back more of that work from Samaje Perine. 11 carries, 4 targets in the game. So not a bad workload.
Yeah,
just not like to me, it's like he's reliant on like an elite workload, and like he has been like over the past couple of weeks, like had been sort of losing it to Samaje Perine, so have been pretty out. But at least it's a positive sign that he took some of it back and was good in that game, so could have earned more as well.
Yeah, that's a very good shout.
Yeah, I just think that he'll get a lot of work on games that they're winning or very kind of in it. It seems like when they get blown out, he's just right in the pine, because he can't pass protect very well. He's not in there for those snaps. I wanted T to pair with Hall, but that didn't happen. I wanted
Dobbins. What else?
We got Chase is here. We just talked about him. We can play the Q tag with Wilson, with Hall.
Is Pickens gone? Because we could try a double.
Pickens is gone.
We could go Dak and then take Ferguson.
You should probably take Ferguson first, in my opinion.
We could
if you're going to do that.
If you want to do that, yeah.
Yeah. You want to do a Dak double with Hall?
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Hold on.
I don't think Bound is probably locked into Baker Mayfield, and then you just took away the guy's last stacking option for Dak. So if he's intelligent, he'll take something else.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, like taking a quarterback when you don't have any receiving options yet seems a little bit risky.
I mean, it paid off with Bo Nix, right, last week, but that's a very
True.
rare occurrence.
Yeah.
And I've seen it play out that way, but as you can see, like he's like, I'll just take Drake May and get Booty in the 6.
Yeah.
I think he's picked 69 too. So it sets up
Perfect.
for him perfectly.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
59-62.
Mm-hmm.
Your pick 69. You got to take Booty.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, if he's there, I'll take him.
So good.
So Bound did something really nice, really good value. Brown Kamara,
Yeah.
real nice.
Yeah, I like that.
But if Baker's there, I'll take him. So that's the way.
Yeah,
I
he
play.
pushed Baker.
All right, we get our double.
Yeah, looks good. There are some late pieces for Denver too that I kind of like. I mean, Sutton goes early, but you can get Franklin, you can get Evan Ingram. So if we want to do a bring back, which I guess I wouldn't read too much into like that not hitting much so far this year. Like it's still a positive correlation. Like the game stacking to me, it's like the fact that it hasn't hit isn't like a reason to not do it if you're like breaking ties. I feel like it's a good idea to like, yeah, if there's nobody great in the final round, I would still want to be doing a bring back because it is positively correlated. I guess the reason it could be a negative is if too many people are doing it and then it's like a lot of people have the same combos, then I could see that being a negative enough that you would want to go like away from the game stacks. But I kind of doubt that that's the case. So I'm guessing it's just kind of like a small sample size issue this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting that it wasn't getting home like we thought it might. But again, a 10-game slate, if a lot of games fail or don't quite shoot out, and this is a game that does shoot out.
That's what you're betting on when you do a bring back, that all the other games are going to fail. And that's what happened with me and mine, right? I took Rashad, JSN, Emeka with Baker, and that helped me out so much. Where then I had DeMont and just a random 18, 20-point tight end. I think it was Ferguson, actually. So,
yeah. Pat says it's small sample and quarterback bring back has still gotten home this season. So
I'm going to do something I said I really normally don't do, but Bucky's here at the end of the 4th, and if he does play, it like sets it up to be mega, and it correlates with my Chris Olave.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to do that.
You get first priority on swap right now too.
Yeah.
So you set up your swap if he doesn't go.
Yeah. Good old Algier, right? Just plug him in.
That's right. So you have this is the first questionable player taken in this draft so far is Bucky.
Yeah, unless there's a midweek Q tag with Collins would get him. Collins would be the first. You'd be the second. Yeah.
Well, here's the difference though. So that is his wide receiver 1, so he can only swap to wide receiver. This is my RB2.
Yeah.
So he'll be a flex position. So he can be wide receiver or flex.
Right.
That's how it works.
Right. Okay.
So he can only swap for another wide receiver, where I can swap for a running back or a wide receiver.
Is that true? Even if he takes 3 wide receivers, then it would be you could take a flex, right? You could take a running back if he goes 1-1-3-1.
Let me see. Where is he? So that would be no, because if his third wide receiver would be the flex.
Right. So then he could.
No, his wide receiver 1 will always be a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
That's how it works. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on the clock here. Hold on. I'm just gonna lock up Caleb Williams and hope for a bounce back spot against Baltimore. Just stacking option. Don't need to take Spencer Rattler. Hope for the high team total and hope it works out.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's a strong team, Chris, especially if Bucky gets there at the end of the
week. If he plays, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's totally contingent on Bucky, right? And then you're just hoping that you luck into a running back that randomly starts and plays somebody else or wide receiver.
So we're looking at Shaheed, Moore, Kincaid.
Troy Franklin would be a shout for me in this game environment, but
we can take him in the 6th. We got our choice here.
Yeah, do you want to go double tight end? I'd be okay with that on this build.
I don't know. I don't know if we should.
What do you guys think about
What
Mims?
do you like?
You know, Mims. He played really well last week, and it's against Dallas. Or do you guys more Franklin? I'm just curious.
I kind of want to take booty.
Your call here. Do it. Take your booty.
Let's take our booty.
All right, we got our booty.
Let's take our booty. And then, yeah, you want to bring it back?
I just can't believe that you cock blocked Chris G like that. He wanted him at 69. He wanted.
I know, but his team is already
can't
really
take
strong.
him.
Oh,
I can't take him anyways.
Yeah,
all right,
he needs a tight end, right?
Yeah, tight end.
So we got our options here. Whatever, how we want to play the flex here. We could do a Tyler Algier if we feel like doing that, or we could game stack this at the end and be the team chasing it down if this game gets nutty. You want to play it that way?
Yeah.
Like Franklin, a Mims.
It's looking at the rep participation. Mims up to 57% rep participation. Franklin down to 64% the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So Mims is kind of trending in the right direction.
Yeah, that's what I saw too.
It's probably coin flip.
Yeah.
So.
But I'd be fine. Do you want to do the game stack, or do you want to go off the board with an Algier or something? I'd be fine with Algier too.
Nah, I feel like the ceiling's not high enough. Let's do Mims.
Fair.
All right, let's try it. Get some random carries sometimes.
You know, I can see some yak given up by Dallas.
There you go.
Yeah, he's pretty much getting one attempt. Say he takes one of those swings. He got, he's like, as you said, like he's starting to play more.
Yep.
Coach speak was good on him. I think I thought I read some good coach speak.
Yeah, but do you trust anything that Sean Payton says? Because I
don't
at this point.
No, I agree, but it's just nice to hear it. I guess
it is
bias, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's see how Chris finishes off with tight end. Is he going to do Loveland or is he going to go off script?
I'm probably not going to take Loveland. I don't think
you can do a little mini with CMC with a low-owned Dalton Schultz. From a previous shout-out we gave everybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, I don't know, Evan Ingram, Noah Fant, Dalton Schultz, something like that.
Yeah. Tampa Bay, Saints. You could do something with the Saints, another little mini there. So if Bucky does play, you capture in that game. We already got a Saint. You already got a Lave. Never mind.
What's it gonna? Oh, it needs to be a tight end. I see. Okay.
Yeah. I like this wide receiver room for the Dawg Bowl. Neil.
It's a strong one.
I just like deep targets right now. Big splash plays getting home.
Yep.
I took Evan Ingram against Dallas defense. Why not?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Getting utilized quite a bit. Dallas. One thing that I noticed, Dallas was extremely zone heavy for the first 6 weeks, and then out of nowhere last week they go man.
Oh, is that right?
Nothing but man last week, and they looked really good in it. But I don't know if that was a Washington problem or it's just like game by game there, just kind of playing against Washington because their wide receivers all were hurt and not playing. And they wanted to pretty much do one-on-one man outside and keep everybody home to keep a shadow on Jaden. So it'd be interesting to see what Dallas does if they kind of keep that same scheme or if they go back to zone heavy against Knicks.
Hey, dude, crutches, man. How else am I going to save the board? I can't screen grab it. I got to save it.
How do you can do it on your phone? I tried. Like I've done some drafts on my phone and can't see.
You have an iPhone?
Board. I do.
Yeah. So on the top right, after it goes like it clears to the 12 teams, top right there's a box where you can see the draft. And then you open it up and you hit on the top right again. You hit click it and it can copy or save it.
Okay, I didn't see that. I'll try again. That's good to know that you can do it on an iPhone. Math, are you being told that you got to get out of here?
Yeah, it's bedtime for Emmy. Got to get ready for that.
Yeah, I got to do the same thing. So
8 o'clock on a Tuesday. But I had a blast, man. G, again, hope to see you. But if not, best of luck. And also, we want to do like a little like after party, like after the Dawg Bowl, like week 15 or something. Just have you guys kind of through for a little, like, I don't know if it's a watch party or just a hangout, have a beer, talk about Dawg Bowl and how it all went and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Just remind me and I'll try to scoop some video or have
that'd be awesome.
Or I'll have like Wu-Tang Killer Bees. I'm probably going to bring him and
nice
and just hang out and kick it. So.
Kick it. Yeah. Neil, any last parting shots before we let everybody get back to their draft rooms and see everybody on stream?
No, appreciate Chris joining us again. This is also not the one I was trying to do, but I don't have anything else. Appreciate everybody watching. Math, fun as always. Do you have anything else, Math, before we get out of here?
No, good luck, everybody.
All right, go get that booty.
Let's go get that booty. He's gonna